Okay, guys, today I want to teach you, not really teach you, but be more an inspiration and a type of guide for you, especially if you're a new witch or even if you've been a witch for 20 years and you've just never explored this area. So if you think that if you're attracted to these types of things, um, then I'm talking intuition. If you're wanting to develop and hone your intuition and learn to trust yourself fully, which in tune is trusting the universe, trusting that you will be okay. Um, like my sister used to say, how do you not worry about anything, but everything is okay in your life? Besides like my mental health and stuff, but like outwardly, everything's cool. It's always been cool when I'm on my own. And she asked me, how do you do that? And I've always just not worried. Like, I'm not the type of person, you will never hear me say, oh man, I need money. I need money for this. I need to go waste my time. Not saying, and trust me, this is not for everybody. What I'm saying, this is like strictly my point of view, my life, how I've lived in my entire life. Um, but if you want to, I've just always been okay, is what I'm trying to get across. I've always trusted that things will be okay, things will work out. Um, Even if they're bad now, they won't stay bad. I promise you. I've been in the deepest, darkest pits of hell in my life, and they go away eventually. You just have to endure, unfortunately. But there are ways that you can learn to trust your gut, which is called your second brain. It should be called your first brain because if you know anything about frequencies, our body emits a frequency. Our heart emits an electrical pulse, an electrical frequency that can be detected and monitored 3 feet in every direction around us, which is your personal space, your personal bubble. That is because that's how much you radiate around you. Okay, and so imagine you are in a crowd, right? And there's a bunch of people, mainly the people around you, all have negative trains of thought. They're always saying, oh, I wish I could do this. And they're comparing themselves to other people. Oh man, she's skinnier than me. She's prettier than me. He's got bigger arms than me. They've got more money. Just or judging people. They've just got a negative train of thought. Like, it's always negative. It's always a complaint. They always talk about problems. Even if they don't, they're always thinking about them. And you go into a space with people like that, you are going to feel highly uncomfortable because your bubble is touching their bubble, and their bubble's full of negativity. While your bubble is just all like, ooh, chill and going with the flow, their bubble's all tight and tense and angry and sad and all these emotions all at once. They never talk about them. They never write about them. They don't let them flow, which is why they're like that. And so when you come in contact with people who are like that and that don't work on themselves, never look at their behavior to see where they're wrong. They never look at their own, how they make people feel or how they make a space feel, because if you don't check yourself regularly, you can fall victim very easily to holding on to negativity too much, letting people's opinions and beliefs about you affect you, and to where you lash out. I used to be that person. Okay, I used to lash out so much. Anytime I heard somebody saying bad things about me, I used to go out of my way to make sure they knew how I felt, even though it didn't matter. Like, they didn't care how I felt. I just wanted to feel that my emotions were valid, and so I would lash out. I would treat people the way they treated me, and it never ended good. So what I started to do to really hone in on my own self, getting to know who I am and trust my own abilities to read a situation correctly, my life got a lot more peaceful. And so the first thing that you want to do is check if you're holding on to negative energy. If you're holding negative thoughts about yourself or other people, or you're angry at something or somebody, find a way to release it. There are ways. There are good ways to release it to where you don't even have to contact that person or encounter them. You could write it out, burn it. You could write it out, send it to them. but you have to be detailed. You have to like get down into the nastiest parts of your psyche and let it out. Say it. Don't let it fester in your mind. Don't let negative emotions and negative things that people say about you, their opinions, their rumors, who gives a shit? You know what everybody on my block thinks of me? They think I'm a prostitute. They think I'm a drug addict. They think I'm a piece of shit. They think all those things. I guarantee you, they think those things about me because I've heard other people say those things to me. People just think I'm worthless. But you know what? I just let it roll right off me because I know I'm none of those things. I know in my heart that even if they think I'm a piece of shit, if their house was burning down, I would run in there and save them. If they were hungry, I would give them a meal. I know who I am. And once you figure out who you are and your positive aspects about yourself, nobody can take that from you. You own that. Nobody can say, when you actually believe that you're a good person, nobody can say you're a bad person. What are you going to do? But that person has been around you maybe an hour, 10 minutes, a couple days. They don't know you. It takes years to get to know somebody and even longer to get to know yourself because people are ever changing, ever evolving. People don't stay the same, but they have a pattern and you can look at your pattern. Second thing, so when you're going to, or when you meet somebody, right, you have a feeling about them. You're like, I don't know why, but that person just makes me feel weird. I don't like that person for some reason. And there's no outward reason why you shouldn't like them, but you just know that you don't. And then say a year goes by, right? And somebody says, you know what, did you hear about that person that beat up their girlfriend, that kicked that dog, that murdered somebody? That, is just awful. And you're like, I just knew it. I knew I didn't like that person for a reason. And a lot of times in the beginning, people, myself included, we will shrug that feeling off. We will say, oh, maybe I'm just being crazy. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Everyone else seems to like this person. Everybody else seems comfortable in this situation. Why am I feeling like this? I'm just crazy and anxious. No. Nope. That is your gut. That is somebody else's bad intentions for you or for somebody else in the vicinity of you hitting your bubble. Remember our bubble? If somebody has ill will towards you, you will feel it. You will feel off about the situation. You will feel off about the person. You can't explain it. There's no explaining it because it's not logic. You can't explain these things, but they are very, very real. I've been in situations where I was like, man, we need to get the fuck out of here right now. And if we don't get out of here right now, something bad will happen. And it does happen. And over many years of me not trusting myself and shrugging it off as me being paranoid, as me being anxious, as me being as me overthinking. And sometimes your gut feeling might not be so immediate to affect you, but something will happen. So learn to, every once in a while, or from now on, I suggest, when you get that bad feeling in your gut, trust it, leave. I promise you, you will thank yourself in the long run. Don't sit in a situation where you're uncomfortable. You have every single right in the world to get up and walk out of any situation that you want to. It doesn't matter what it is, unless you're like handcuffed or in court. Obviously, you can't just walk out of those places because things are just going to get worse for you. But like if you go to a party and you don't want to leave because you're going to be like wondering what people think of you, just leave. They'll think of you for half a second and then life goes on. Don't. That's what I'm saying about getting to know yourself and trusting yourself. That is the first key and the biggest thing that helped me with developing my psychic abilities, because now when I get an off feeling, I don't even question it. I listen to it immediately. And I have, in the past 14 years, I've never been beat up. I've never been hurt. I've never been nothing. Like I've always been good, but even the good feelings though, the good feelings, you have to do it the same. You have to, even if you're scared to do it all the time, just do it once in a while. That once in a while will affect the whole eventually. The third thing that I can tell you is there's going to be people that are going to call you crazy. There's going to be people that say you're faking it. There's going to be people who doubt you. Those are obstacles to see how bad you actually want something. That's all it is. It's not anything else. It's your own. Remember that movie, Inception? When they're in that, whenever they go into a dream, and as soon as they spot something new, like the outsider dreaming, and the subconscious stares at them until they let it go. It's kind of like that. So if something excites you to a point, and you can actually, like me, I'm not going to give up until I live on somewhere very high on a mountain overlooking water and helping people in some way. I'm not going to give up because I can literally see it in my mind. I can see the color of my couch. I can see the color of my walls. If you can see something that detailed, you will have it, but you have to overcome all of the things that jump in your way to try to stop you. And devour as much knowledge about crafts, about other religions, about other practices. Even if you don't believe it, you don't have to. Just because you read something doesn't mean that you believe it. You have to understand different facets of things, because really they're one and the same. It's like a bee and a flower. They look totally different, but they're there to do this. They're there for each other. It's the same process, but one side's the head, one side's the butt. You know what I mean? So you have to continue to work on developing those feelings. It doesn't come overnight. For some people it does, maybe. I don't know. But for me, I've gotten to a point now where I can connect with spirits. I can talk. I can dream with them and about them. They come through dreams. I'm a lot better at divination, because I remember in the beginning when I was doing tarot, I was so unsure of what I was saying, if it was true, that I just would rather not say anything at all. Now, there's no way it can't be true, because the interactions with the energy, you have to play with the energy. I hope this video helped anybody out there, get to know themselves better, get to trust themselves better, and, just learn how to let things roll off your back. Don't take other people's, what they say about you, or the rumors they spread about you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They see something in you that they don't have. And so they're going to try to tear you down. That's point blank period. That's it. They see something so great in you, or they see something they hate about themselves in you. And so they'll do the same. They'll tear you down. People all along the way, they're going to tear you down, guys. Don't let it stop you. I love you guys. And if you have anything you want to see from me, let me know. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.